Greenville, South Carolina. What is today? Oh, today is the 15th, which makes it, is it Sabado, bro? Yeah, man. Shabbat Shalom, guys. Shabbat Shalom, huh? Yeah. March the 15th, 25. So tonight, today, this morning, we're just going to talk some flat earth stuff. And also we'll touch on Antarctica and I'll just sort of respond to y'all's any question, anything y'all want to talk about. I'm game. I just got to remember to check the comments as they go by. Um, as always, this stream is brought to you by Flat Earth Farms. Dank so fire, you'll realize the earth is flat. Buy some for your globe-tard friends at select distribution centers in the great state of California. Right. Big shout out and thanks to my buddy Daryl out there for all his help over the years. If it weren't for that man, I would have been way less green and way deader for sure. So many of you guys have been very helpful over the years, and I really appreciate it. Thank you, especially Daryl, and especially Flat Earth Farms. Yay. Okay. So I just ate some of that hash oil. I got some on my shirt too, and that is never gonna come out. Never, dude. Why didn't y'all tell me I look like shit? I would have never done this stream. Um, sorry. Okay, so we're gonna talk flat Earth stuff, and I know that the thing that everybody probably wants to hear me talk about is Antarctica, but I've done a bunch of well, I'm like way over here. Sorry, y'all. I just smoked that Keef product, which is fire too. I'm a pothead, shoot me in the fucking head, dude. Ooh, in the frickin' head is what I meant to say. So let me see some thumbs before I continue. Yeah, I know. 13 of you guys definitely have more than 0 thumbs combined between the lot of yous. And this stream is also unofficially brought to you by my good buddy Wiser. I mean, come on. American classic. Yeah, there you go. Budweiser's. Yay. Not Bud Light, though. Same company, different message. I never liked light beers anyways, though, right? I'm more of I'm all about that Guinness Extra Stout. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's my favorite. Anyway, we're not talking about that today. We're talking about all right. My opinions, which don't make a shit bit of difference or anything. What's up, Allie? I'm gonna wrench this girl real quick. Hold on, you guys. Um, why I cannot wrench you? There we go. All right, sorry about that, you guys. My opinions on the Antarctic debacle. The biggest smoking gun piece of evidence there that would have actually jumped right out at me if had I been there. So I know there's debate about an artificial sun. There's debate about total, like CGI or whatever. Like maybe they're using not a green screen, but the 2025 iteration of that, which is like this sort of LED uh, matte paintings or whatever. I don't know. Probably not paintings, but the LED matte backgrounds is 360, right? So if it was something like that, but what I'm saying is I would have noticed right out the gate if I would have actually traveled to Antarctica and been there, dude. Those shadows are intersecting at like 90 degrees to one another, not that far away, and it's like I noticed that almost immediately, man. And I know there's people that are going to say, "Oh, it's a fisheye lens effect." No, I mean, uh, shadows from the sun should all be parallel to one another in a local area, right? And if you look at that thing, the Antarctica footage from the final experiment thing, um, yeah, man, it definitely looks like there's something up. Now, people have argued that maybe it's one of these deals where they've got the artificial sun, and that's something that can be done already. Like if it's in the middle of the night, they can put sort of a generic little artificial sun up. I guess they attach it to some kind of balloons or something. But anyways, man, I should back up the wagon a little bit and mention that in terms of Jeranism. Man, I've always had nothing but love for Jeranism. Him and I hit it off right out the gate. First time we met was on the John LeBon show that was way back in 2015-ish, maybe 2016. I'm not sure, but it was the Globe Earth Skeptic show, Baller Skeptic show. Sorry, you guys, I still haven't entirely regained my vocal cords yet. Um, But yeah, I mean, me and Jaren, we hit it off. I honestly, to this day, I've never personally had to cross words with Jarenism. I've always held a high degree of respect for him, just like all my friends, not just in this sort of movement, but any one of my friends. If somebody's talking shit about one of my friends in front of me, I'm gonna say something, dude. You know what I mean? And I've always done that with Jaren. Well, not always, not anymore, um, because there was a lot. I mean, I actually haven't spoken with Jaren verbally for years. And in terms of like a private conversation, it's probably been over 5 years. Um, but what happened towards the end? So like, there's a benchmark in this story, which is the time when Nathan Oakley and Jeranism did that debate on I can't remember what channel it was on, but y'all know what I'm talking about. If you don't, I'll tell you that I'll try to find the link, but I'll never find it. But I mean, it's pretty major. It was on TFR, or maybe it was on. It doesn't matter. But Nathan Oakley basically fried up some Jeranism ham hocks, diced them fuckers, made an omelet, and then served Jaren ham hock ass omelets on a silver platter to Jaren live on the radio. And the thing is that's not a win for me, right? Why are we debating each other and siding up with globetards, right? And the thing is Jeranism and Nathan had been friends of mine for a long time, and man, I don't know. In terms of social media, I do more posting things to social media than I do consuming of social media, right? So when I learned that there was some kind of a beef between Nathan and Jaren, I don't know, for whatever it's worth, I tried to see if I could talk to both of them and maybe, squash that kind of bullshit, because we got bigger fish to fry. And by bigger fish to fry, I mean, let's go ahead and sabotage the flat Earth movement by, you know, it's debatable what actually happened down there in Antarctica. But, one thing I will say about Jeranism is I always thought he was trustworthy, respectable, and somebody that I appreciate his opinion. You know what I mean? And that goes for a lot of people, but especially him. I mean, dude, I love that motherfucker like a brother. No homo, right? That's how I've always felt with him. But after that benchmark point that I just mentioned with that debate, leading up to that debate, I had talked to Nathan first, and that's how I learned there even was this beef and debate brewing between the two. And so I reached out to Jeranism for a couple of reasons. I wanted to talk to him about a few things, and basically, I mean, we didn't have an argument or anything, but he didn't want to listen to what I had to say. It was almost like his mind was made up. I think he used the words in terms of Nathan and them. He was like, "Oh, fuck those guys, man. Them guys ain't shit," or something like that. And that's my friend, and I'm like, well, and I said something to him about that too. But what a waste of time. I mean, like, and it was just petty disagreements. I mean, sure, we can have disagreements and we can have debates, but to publicly, I don't know, quarrel with one another isn't exactly professional, right? And you know me, man, I am the pinnacle of the vortex of professionalism, right? Not really, but I mean, I can be. I can put the shoes on and hum the tune. You know what I mean? Anyway, hmm. But yeah, man, it's just in Antarctica, that Antarctica thing, and I said this the whole time leading up to the trip down there. Really, the Earth and the surface of standing water is definitely measured flat, right? The curvature that you need to have a sphere Earth doesn't exist, right? That's simple geometry. It isn't speculation. It isn't, up for debate. This is objective truth, right? So, like, pool tables are flat and stationary. and pool balls are spherical, right? There's no debate there. And similarly, if you measure standing water over miles and miles and miles, and the curvature needed to result in an overall sphere doesn't actually exist, then a sphere it definitely is not. And furthermore, I think more importantly than that is the alleged motion tied into the heliocentric model. Because with the heliocentric model, that's all they have is their model. There's no physical evidence for it, but they claim that we're spinning around the axis, just with the face of the Earth, faster than the speed of sound right now, just sitting here standing still. So you're going around a curve, if you're standing at the equator, they say that's 1,000 miles an hour along a curve which, by the way, doesn't exist if you actually measure for it. And any globetards out there that want to say that the curvature does exist because they've seen it, honestly, just shut the hell up, go measure for it, and then we'll talk. Okay, because until you've actually gone and measured for the curvature that you believe exists, all you're doing is you're giving Santa Claus a BJ is what you're doing, dude. Is what the hell you doing? And nobody wants to see that shit, dude. Nobody wants to see that shit. But then on top of that, they say not only are you spinning around the face of the Earth 1,000 miles an hour right now, but then we're also orbiting the sun at 18 and a half miles per second along another curve that is not synchronized or aligned to the initial curve we just mentioned. Okay. And then on top of that, at a 60-degree angle to that curved trajectory, we're also traveling allegedly with the sun at nearly 500,000 miles an hour along another curve. And then we've got the galactic frame of reference too. So you have all of these conflicting curvilinear trajectories, right? But where's the evidence for it? There should be physical evidence for rotational motion. There should be physical evidence for acceleration. And the fact of the matter is, the Earth is a fixed frame of reference. What's up, all? The Earth is a fixed frame of reference, which is not possible for a spinning and whirling spheroid. It's definitely flat and motionless, right? And so, with that being said, it's kind of irrelevant what happens with the sun in Antarctica, especially when we see these sort of anomalies like 90-degree intersecting shadow angles of, different objects in the foreground. That doesn't actually happen in reality on planet Earth, right? Or just in observable reality, really. Okay, let me check in on the chat, man. Okay. The failed excrement. The Chilling says, I thought TFE was called the failed excrement. No, man. Like, honestly, I don't know, man. I haven't even spoken. I have not spoken with Jaron. I seen a comment there. So Jaron's going to debate Austin. I'm not up to speed on any of the happenings, you guys. I haven't. Well, let me put it this way, and this is really going to gross you out. I still have not taken a shower since February the 13th. I have taken some hoe baths and I have changed my clothes a bit, but man. So in terms of like keeping up with the news and keeping up with the quarrels of flurfers and globetards, like who has the time, right? Who has the time? I've got drugs to do and needles to stick in my eyeballs or whatever. Like y'all people, oh man. No, I don't. I do drugs, but I don't do needles. Okay, I used to would do needles, but not anymore. It's been a long time, and that's the truth. Um, but man. I would like to talk with Jaron about this, but my initial reaction was I'm pretty sure dude must have taken a payoff because, see, I know for sure that Jaron knows the truth, and he also knows how sort of irrelevant the apparent celestial luminaries are, right? I mean, we're talking about non-demonstrable, non-falsifiable, non-observable light sources that are a mystery. And, you know, you could say it's a signature of the Most High. So, like, if you're going to try to find a cogent explanation for the stars, maybe you should first seek out a cogent explanation for the spirit. And then once you've nailed down a cogent explanation for the spirit, then the stars should be a piece of cake. You know what I'm saying? Sorry for the waving around there. I'm improvising here. I don't have my office set up, obviously. I'm gonna piss y'all off real quick. I gotta roll me up a cigarette. Because I do smoke it as cigarettes, but I can't afford. It's like when you roll them yourself, it's like $10 for a whole carton. It's just it takes a minute. But let's see the chat. Let me go roll down the chat real quick. Jaron is gonna have a debate with Austin Whitsitt soon. Jaron said it in the line. What are they gonna debate? Like who's Nah, I'm not gonna say anything. I don't even know that guy. I've met Jaronism once in person, and I don't know Austin at all. I think we've had one conversation between me and him, that lasted more than 30 seconds, maybe once or twice. You know what I mean? I don't have anything against the guy. I did harbor some animosity against him, but that was because during Bob's memorial stream, I mistakenly thought that Austin had kind of been disrespectful to me, but it wasn't him. It was another dude. So I do apologize to Austin for that, but I don't apologize to Austin for thinking he's a fucking asshole for other reasons. But again, I don't know him. Um, but I still think he's a fucking asshole. But that's just me. Maybe he can redeem himself in my eyes, but never met the guy. Don't know him. Jaron, like I said, I've known that dude a long time, at least virtually. I haven't met him in person. He did kind of give me weird. I don't know. It was weird, man. In Denver, on day one, we were smoking joints till 2 in the morning, having a good time. Day two, it's Jaren's too posh to smoke a joint in public with people. Like, I don't know, man. Let me roll this cigarette. Hold on. No, I do got to get down to the bottom of this chat. MDD, garbage, yay. Clean up on aisle FV, Justin Johnson. Cheddar Bomb. I always got the Fred Durst wannabe vibe from Jaren. More interested in his image. I don't know, man. Like it, no, it seemed to me he was pushing an agenda, which is sort of like a Jesuit agenda. And I would not be surprised to learn that Jaren was aligned with such agendas. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. People have been telling me for years that Jeranism was definitely going to try and sabotage and tank Flat Earth. I told them to kick rocks. I told them they didn't know what they were talking about because I know, dude. And fast forward to 2025, and that's exactly what happened. Wow, my eyes are getting pink. I just ate a bunch of that hash oil. Thanks again, Daryl, Flat Earth Farms. And if I didn't say it before, this stream is sponsored and brought to you by Flat Earth Farms. Thanks, so fire. You'll realize the Earth is flat. Buy some for your globe-tard friends at select distribution centers in the great state of California. Hold on, I really do got to roll this cigarette. It's an emergency. Oh, that's crazy. So it won't let me set my phone down. I'm gonna have to try to balance this thing on my laptop here. Oh, hell. There we go. That's a little better. That's a little easier anyway. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe his image is important to him. I don't know. In my opinion, the most important thing is to be real. Justin Johnson loved all those guys as well, but no one is tricking me or us again. Stars would never be in the same place. Yeah, no, I know that. Yeah, the heliocentric model is done, dude. Like it's been dead for like a decade, but it just that shit takes time. A lie will sprint around the track 5 times before the truth put its fucking pants on. But it'll catch it. It's the old tortoise and a herdis. Tortoise and a herdis. Hold on, I gotta. Whoa, my God, my phone is sliding. I'm glad it didn't slide into the floor because it would break. Mina's in the hospital. She sounded good, man. When she went in there, she was so light. She looked like a bag of bones, dude. For real, it was scary. It's really scary, man. And she didn't want to go. She wouldn't go to the hospital. I was begging her for days upon days to just go back to the hospital, and she wouldn't go. Because see, at Greenville Memorial at Prisma, it seems to me like they abused the shit out of her. And I also seen there was this one nurse who was really beautiful, but she was also like a snake, dude, like evil, bro. I'm telling you, there are some evil people. What she did was wrong, man. So like they had just given Mina her methadone, right? Which she hadn't had in a few days. And so like 45 minutes later, she's comfortable, and she started nodding off a little bit. And the nurse comes in there, and she goes, Molly, Molly. And then she rubbed her sternum, and she got up, and then she pricked her with something, and I saw her do it. And Mina goes, "Ow!" I'm like, "What? What did she just do?" The nurse had just pricked her with something. And now she said it was Narcan, right? I'm like, "Well, why would you Narcan her?" Because she was unresponsive. She was not unresponsive. I was right here. She was not unresponsive. That was she. So the woman lied. Well, about an hour later, um, a team of doctors come in there, and they were basically accusing me of bringing drugs and giving drugs to Mina after they gave her methadone, which, like, honestly, I wouldn't bring drugs into a hospital. I wouldn't give her drugs, especially after she just took her methadone. So I don't know what that woman did, but when she did it, I swear to God, her eyes changed to like yellow slits, dude. I swear to God. And I wasn't tripping. I haven't done acid in a long time. It's about time to trip though, bro, for real. It's about fucking time to trip, dude. Hold on. I gotta find my rolling machine. My machine, my machine. No, like it was weird, man. Like because that particular nurse, um, she seemed very sweet. Like she was all smiles, dude, all smiles. It's very convincing, like very warm seeming smiles. But then when she did that and she changed before my damn eyes, bro, um, obviously the smile was, it wasn't genuine. It was false because that's crazy, dude. Like honestly, and believe me or not, and this is the same hospital where a few days earlier, um, they had run me off, and man, they trespassed me from a hospital that I go to all the time because Nina goes there all the time. She has regular shit that she goes there for, and she ends up in the emergency room like 3 times every year because she's got a lot of problems, man. Anyway, oh snap! I promise I'm gonna get back into the stream. I just gotta have this cigarette, man. Um, yeah, but Victor Meldrew, very good point. Yeah, stars have never been in the same place. Like we should have a new set of constellations, every 50 years. There should be exclusive constellations to each season because, the way that the geometry setup of the heliocentric model is dead. That's the point. It's been dead, and I've got tons and tons and tons of original documentaries on my YouTube and probably on TikTok too that you can find. Um, Truth Detective. Hey, what's up, Truth Detective? Good to see you. I suspect the sun would do the same, either if the Earth is a sphere or if the firmament is a sphere. The sun would do the same thing. He suspects the sun would do the same thing, either if the Earth is a sphere or if the firmament is a sphere. Okay, well, here's the thing. The firmament is hypothetical. There is no physical evidence for a firmament. And in fact, the Hebrew where we get the firmament from, was simply rock, R-A-Q, or rakia, right? And that means expanse. That's what they're talking about in Genesis. It does not say firmament. That's an English word that was inserted by some king. What they said was expanse. So yes, the stars are in the expanse of the heavens. Okay, but it's sort of irrelevant. Like, the Earth isn't a spinning ball. It could not possibly be any sort of spinning ball. That's been demonstrated time and time again. The heliocentric model has been debunked. Now, in terms of a firmament, maybe we live in a snow globe, maybe not. But until I've seen some sort of direct evidence for a firmament, especially one with like a base that meets the ground, like I don't know, I just don't think that's the case. Maybe there is, but I've never left the northern hemisphere. I've certainly never been to Antarctica. And I really sort of wonder whether Jaren and them have actually been to Antarctica. Because again, like Jarenism is a dude that I would have trusted, but I haven't spoken to him in a long time. And he kind of has changed, right? If success makes you change, then, it kind of says a lot about your character. But I'm not going to sit here and accuse Jeranism of taking payouts or something, but I can suspect it. And I would like to talk to dude about it. And, maybe he would like to talk to me, maybe not. I don't know. But like I said, we've always gotten along. We've never had two cross words between us. But when he sort of shoved me away with both hands when I was trying to help him and trying to like sort of wedge an olive branch in between him and Nathan, it kind of it kind of hurt my feelings, man. And so at that point, I was on some fuck Jeranism shit, dude. But I'm not one to go and make proactively make content against Jeranism just because he pissed me off. That's not my shit. But when he does this thing in Antarctica where the flat Earth movement definitely appears to have been sabotaged by these globetards and my buddy Jaron. And lo and behold, people that I've know very well for the over the years have warned me about this very thing happening. And again, it happened. I done synced it. I done synced it, bro. It happens. So, for whatever that's worth, maybe they're psychic or maybe they're just lucky guessers. I mean, even a broken clock is right twice every day. So maybe they're just real lucky on the guessing front, right? Just like the Mayan and Aztec builders were real lucky on the building shit front, right? They just slapped up fucking, you know, slapped up monoliths and megaliths like it was a damn layup, right? Anyway, yeah, I'm not sure, Truth Detective, but the behavior of the celestial luminaries has no bearing whatsoever on measuring the ground beneath your feet. It also has no bearing on measuring for acceleration, physical acceleration, which would definitely present itself in the form of centrifugal force. Anytime you have an object in motion along curved linear paths, it generates centrifugal force. And furthermore, in the heliocentric debunked model, you would have not just angular acceleration, but if you actually study orbital mechanics using some sort of animation software like I've done, you would also necessarily have acceleration in terms of speed relative to the host body. But that's not germane to this point. But it's definitely, yeah, globe is dead, dude. Globe's dead. And when I say globetards, I guess I should clarify. I'm not saying everybody that believes the Earth is a globetard. Most people, well, maybe up until very recently, most people never even thought about this shit. And the only thing we think about flat Earth is the shit we were taught in school, which is flat earthers are stupid and you have to be a moron to even question the spinning ball because everybody knows the Earth is a spinning ball. I mean, I remember we dedicated a week of elementary school to teaching us just how stupid you had to be to think the Earth was flat. But the thing is they never taught you how to measure for the curvature that must exist. They never taught you what that curvature should be were the Earth a sphere with a radius of nearly 4,000 miles. They never taught us, any of that. And so, but the thing is, though, if you actually go back and question the educational curriculum, it fucking falls apart. Not just with flat Earth, but lots of other examples. But flat Earth is definitely the linchpin. I mean, can you think of any other topic that like they spend a week of school dedicated to teaching you how stupid it is? I don't remember anything like that, man. So, all right, salute. Let me drink this Budweiser and light up my grat. Because, man, to each his own. If you're on that don't smoke, don't drink kick, hey, bro, that's great for you. But you know what? It offends me that you don't drink and don't smoke, so fuck up on out of here. No, I'm kidding. It doesn't offend me. But if it offends you that I drink and smoke, then I hate it for you, bro. It sounds like a you problem. Ah, that's Betty good, though. Betty good. Mm. Everybody loves vitamin cold beer. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Um, and, like not everybody is. If you've never considered this, of course, your knee-jerk reaction is going to be, "Oh, this motherfucker's crazy and he's retarded." Everybody knows the Earth is a ball. But if you actually go into that motherfucker and study, well, exactly how curved should the Earth be? If I'm, measuring for it, what should the rate of descent be, and what would be a good way to check this? And then, maybe read Zetetic Astronomy. That can't hurt. Maybe plug that into AutoCAD. There's a lot of things you can do, but the thing is, um, damn it, you have to consider this. And if you don't, if you refuse to consider it, and start cutting off ties with your family members because of it, then yes, you are a globetard. Very early on this movement, I spoke with a woman who was just ecstatic because this when you realize the truth of flat Earth, it's life changing. Like it changes you from within. It really does. But and it takes time, and it doesn't happen overnight, right? But once you get past that hurdle, it's very important. But this woman, she was ecstatic about it. It changed her life, and she went to go tell her preacher at her church that she went to, and this motherfucker had her committed, dude. Her own priest, which that's crazy. But yeah, so the spinning ball Earth is definitely Santa Claus, man, and I know I mentioned this pretty recently, but in my opinion, that's the whole reason why they hit us with the Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy when we were little kids. Because if you like, it set up neural pathways, right, to believing in things that are just totally unbelievable, right? The Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy, totally unbelievable. And I think even as little kids, part of us probably knew that it was bullshit. We just went along with it, right? But when you finally learn that Santa Claus isn't real, the globe Earth definitely does fill that Santa-shaped hole in your heart, right? And it fits right in there because they're both, I don't know, in my opinion, they would be using similar neural pathways because it's like, imaginary shit, but you take it in as if it's really physical, right? Um, but yeah, the dude had Owen Priest had her committed. That's crazy. Special place in hell for that motherfucker. Um, but man, the whole vape gate thing with Austin not being able to see his breath and then inventing breath that he could see. To me, it looked like they were on a stage with an LED backdrop. That's what it looked like to me. But, if Jaron were to swear on a Jesuit Bible, no, I'm kidding. If Jaron were to swear on a Bible that he went to Antarctica or he believed he went to Antarctica, I would ask him why he had a globetard doing his azimuth angle measurements for him, and also why didn't he notice the 90-degree intersecting shadow angles of like the tent stakes or whatever. I mean, to me, that would have jumped out and been obvious. Because, if they did the Apollo missions you know, to catapult globetardism into the 21st century, I mean, they would spare no expense and stop at nothing, right? I mean, in my opinion. And so, maybe it's possible they did a artificial sun. That technology does exist, but to me, it makes way more practical sense that maybe people took a cut. And until I talk to Jaron, I probably shouldn't, you know, uh, voice my opinions. But as far as I know, Jaron doesn't really give a fuck what I have to say much, and so hey, my number's the same, man. I haven't changed my number in years. Once you see, yeah, Justin, once you see the truth, you don't unsee it. That's very true, man. Um, Unless you're Jaron. Yeah, that's true. So, Rune Dragon. What's up, Rune Dragon? Excuse me. Oh my goodness. What's up, chillin' Effie for life? Yeah, man, I'm way behind on these comments. I'll probably we'll just be here forever because the more y'all comment, the more I've got to scroll. Um, Jaren is lying, nothing organic with his flop. Yeah, honestly, it all seems very disingenuous. And like I said, um, I know that he knows better. And when I tried to talk to him about what the fuck is he doing, he shoved me away with both hands. Um, and that was even leading up to the whole Nathan Oakley debate, or I'm sorry, the omelet breakfast. Parish Mike, what's up? Yeah, Rune Dragon. I mean, I talked with Dan the Waterman about a week or two ago, and Dan said he's trying to talk to Jaron, and Jaron is not wanting to listen to nobody. So it's not just exclusively to me that he's like fuck off, kick rocks. He's just like doing that to everybody I don't know, and that's not like Jaron. It's definitely out of character. So maybe the whole thing was a role. I really don't know, bro. What's up, Allie Davis? Yeah. Corey Schultz, why isn't he taking a shower? I don't have running water here, dude. I can't get the water cut on, bro. They want gobs and gobs of money. I just don't have. So sorry. And fucking hot showers just don't fall out of the sky. And there's no truck stop within walking distance. And my car's impounded. So that's why. Patricia was sporting her $150,000 Mercedes. Yeah, but she comes from a rich family, dude. Like her daddy probably bought her that car. Her daddy owned a radio station in up in Michigan, Wisconsin. I don't know, bro. Pat is a dude allegedly. Yeah, I'm 100% certain Patricia. No, I'm 99% certain that Patricia was tranny. But I don't have anything against the gays or whatever, dude. Like, but it's the whole deception thing that doesn't sit well with me. I loved her, man, up there in Denver. Conley says Patricia, Paul, and Robbie had a podcast on Axion. Oh, really? Hey, it must be nice to be flat Earth rich, right? Yeah, man. Me too, bro. Me too. I've got. We got Boogaloo in the house. She's sound asleep though. We got Boogaloo in the house. You probably can't see her because she just doesn't. She doesn't show up good at night, man. AKA the devil. The flop is real. No, there's no way, man. There is absolutely no way because like the Southern Sun, nobody had been to Antarctica. That was not even part of the proofs, man. Like that's just some shit. Like honestly, anybody that's making a big deal out of the Southern Sun is a shill, dude. It's definitely a shill because if you measure the Earth for curvature, the curvature does not exist. Okay? So it is irrelevant what the sun does in the Antarctic. If that was even the sun, if we can even trust Jaronism. Like, what if, dude, honestly, if they offered me a check for $5 million to say the earth is round and Jaronism was right and do a podcast for the rest of my damn life saying the earth's round, I'd probably do it at this point, honestly, because the love from the community that was very promising, back in 2016, 2017, that motherfucker been dead a long time. I mean, there's still a lot of great people in this movement. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. People seem to be more interested in rumors and lies and drama, and I don't have time for that, bro. Like honestly, I don't even know what's going on, man. I really don't because I'm just kind of in this reef here, trying to build myself back up and figure out how I'm going to get around without my car and da 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 da. Like it's a fucking mess, and everything that I've tried and everything I've been counting on has failed, 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 and like the most unbelievable shit has happened in the last couple months. I mean, I've told you all about it all, but man, it's like this. Whatever, dude. Whatever. I don't give up, but motherfucker, I give up. Okay, Austin. All right, Dr. La, what about him? Victor Mildew, 20 pounds under the counter rolling backseat, 40 pounds from the shop with taxes. Yeah, damn right, dude. Truth Detective, Witsit is intelligent. I think he is too, but I also think he's a word saladizer. I don't know, man. I can't. He talks too fast, and I can't follow. Yes, I use big words, but it's not jargon, and I'm not trying to diss the guy. I just never. I don't know. I've never even had a conversation with this motherfucker, dude. Like, you understand? I don't know the guy, and usually, I guess what he's a scab for me. Is that what it is? I don't know. I don't know, man. All I ever did was contribute to Globebuster's show freely for years and never asked for anything in return. And finally, when Bob insisted on attaching a $50 a week payment for the 3 hour podcast, sometimes twice a week, I took it. But Bob also used that as a whip against me. And I hate to speak ill of the dead, but by the time I'm not gonna say it, but that motherfucker pissed me off bad, dude. Like if I would have seen him, I probably would have just punched him in the damn throat, honestly. But anyway, never say can't afford cheddar bomb. You are only affirming and reinforcing your false beliefs. Okay, so I can just go grab me one. Cool. Cheddar bomb said I could have it. It's mine, bro. Mine's. Conley said she got it with that Axion money. Yeah. Hey, it must be nice. See, that's the thing, man. A lot of people don't seem to understand. Like all these people, Bob and Patricia and Jaron, maybe not so much Jaron. All these motherfuckers were independently wealthy before Flat Earth popped off, and they just did it as something to kill time, right? Um, when I fell into it, I had just lost everything because I had broke my back. Well, I didn't break it, but I fucked my back up really bad in a motorcycle wreck. I got hit by a car, and I broke the dude's windshield with my head. And fucking, I was recovering from that. I just lost my business, lost my job, and I fell into Flat Earth, and I had some way cool pills to take, and that's what led me on that path. But most people were not, teetering on homelessness when they first got into Flat Earth. And so when I first started making YouTube videos and I was up to like, maybe 10,000 subscribers, bringing in over $1,000 a month on AdSense, plus Patreon was like $1,000 a month. It was doing very well. And then all of a sudden, at a certain point, it was like that shit fell off a cliff. And now today, with triple the number of subscribers and tons more videos on my channel, I'm lucky to make $100 every 3 months on AdSense. So if you're trying to tell me that YouTube ain't blackballing, bro, then you the police, bro. You the damn police. Intelligent, but not above being a sellout. Yeah, exactly, man. Everyone has a price. Yeah, dude, honestly, but see, I don't know, man. I don't value currency like most people do. Even for $5 million, I don't know. I would have to think long and hard about it, and I'd probably take it and go get a bunch of cold beers and buy a house. Justin Johnson said 100, yeah. Jereb, Rune Dragon, the more once you hear him dissing all of us for not following him, he'll make you hate him. Yeah, I know he's playing a role, dude. There's no doubt in my mind he's playing a role. Spacebusters made a couple of videos of how the 24-hour sun might work on a flat Earth. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of cool ways it might work, but until you can go and, physically examine the sun, it is all hypothetical. It is all extrapolation. It is all irrelevant. Again, the most important point here, and I'm not trying to cut you short on what you were saying, you do have a point, but you got to measure the Earth for curvature, and that's it. You've got to determine that a spinning ball cannot be a fixed frame of reference. And the world is definitely a fixed frame of reference. And so, yeah, it is dead. All right, we're going to wrap this up, you guys. You guys just keep commenting. I'll never get to the bottom of this. But I love y'all very much. We are definitely struggling, so please help if you can. I'll have to put links below, but we're Patreon, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, the Morgile, and I'll put links down below. I got to update that. And I'm going to bed. This hash oil is starting to kick in. So big thanks and shout out to everybody that's helped, especially Daryl, Flat Earth Farms. One love, and as always, y'all, spread the word, spread the world, and peace out, everybody. Meh.